What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Dre, the Brute Dames. Welcome to episode of the Indie Corner, where I sit down with everybody of the independence community, writers, artists, directors, producers. Doesn't matter if you're in the game, I want to talk to you. So today, as always, we have a very excellent guest. He is the writer of Dragon Girl Albino Warrior. Can't wait to jump into this one. Give it up, everybody, for Michael Nunnele.
Hey, how you guys doing? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
What is going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm having a really good day.
Oh, I love a good day. Love a good day. Absolutely. So first and foremost, I want to thank you so much for just being here with me, about to share all your great work. I know you're a busy man. I can tell by all the wonderful things you got in your background. You've been elbow deep in the comic game forever and a day.
Yeah. I bought my first comic when I was 8 years old.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right. So before we get into all the great work that you're doing over there, can't wait to hear about it. Let's get to know you a little bit there, Mike. So who are you? Where'd you come from? How did we get here?
Who am I? Where did I come from? Well, that's a long story. I'm going to give you the abridged version. My name is Michael Nunnele. I'm mostly from California here. And, I actually... I kind of got into this. I'll tell you a little something. I wrote my very first comic when I was 12 years old.
Nice.
Now, granted, it was very derivative. I was 12. Give me a break, you know.
But, no breaks here.
I wanted to do this. I've wanted to do this since then. I really enjoy the medium itself. I consider it. I love film too. I heard you mention you like that too.
Yes, I do.
I consider comics a bridge between prose and film.
Agreed.
You know, that you can do stuff in comics that you can't do in either film or prose.
Agreed.
Yet it bridges the two mediums. So, I mean, I've always wanted to get into it, but, I tried a bunch of different stuff before I actually got serious about writing comics. I tried a little sports, tried being a musician for a while, tried a little mixed martial arts action, but eventually I just kind of settled down, I guess. Got into wanting to get serious about my storytelling and stuff, and, that's kind of where it started.
Okay, so I'm gonna break down a few of those things because if I didn't know any better, I said we might have been related somehow, some way down the line. Because I mirrored a lot of that. I've dabbled in screenwriting. I've dabbled in all types of other things as well. Before landing into the comic sphere, to be more than just a hobby, more than just a passion. Because like you. As I've said many times in the show, I came out the womb with a Batman comic in my hand. That's pretty much how it all worked out for me. Like I was born in it, molded by it. Like this has always been what I've lived this for so long. And like you, I've tried other things, screenwriting, and I still dabble in voice work now and then. If I'm gonna get a gig here and there. But yeah, also I did mixed martial arts for some time myself, just trying to jack of all trades, masters of none.
Right.
But I can definitely see where you're coming from with there. So you said that you are primarily from California. Did you ever move out of the state?
I did live in Oregon for about 10 years in the Eugene Springfield area.
Okay, that's cool. Now, why? So were you born in Cali and then just?
Technically, I was actually born in Oregon, but I grew up in California.
Oh, okay. So you went back to the roots.
Yes, I did. About 10 years there, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So, all right, Mike. So take me through a little bit. So, you came up enjoying film. You came up enjoying aspects of literature. So how did you go from being a fan of comics, literature, and TV and things like that to getting into the industry itself?
Well, there was a few inspirations for that, and actually, oddly, One of them, and this might weird you out a little bit, but one of my inspirations for the path I took was from Marilyn Manson.
Okay, all right, talk to me.
He was actually a music journalist before he got into all of this, right?
Okay.
And so I know that from what I read of his book, that he used some of that knowledge that he got, interviewing people and stuff and talking about records and all of that to form what became Marilyn Manson. That was part of the whole thing there. So I actually started an online comic book magazine. This was several years back, called the Chico Comics page, and we interviewed people and reviewed comics and all that kind of stuff, and part of my scheme in doing that was to kind of pick up what knowledge I could by interviewing people and reviewing the comics and really dissecting the business in and of itself.
Smart man.
Yeah, and I got hired, and I noticed the quotations there. I use that term very loosely. A guy hired me to kind of create a universe based around this one character, and I had been creating characters for years. So actually I already had some in stock. I was like, well, we can easily just mutate these to fit into this universe, right? And so we got it going, and he was originally there was going to be this Kickstarter, and we were going to get all funded and everybody was going to get paid, and he just never got around to it. I mean, time after time, there was always some kind of line or whatever, and well, I took what I did from there, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing with this, and that's really what kind of inspired me to take it seriously.
Got it.
So I combined my loves of mythology and horror and the supernatural, the paranormal, and I kind of wrapped it all up in this big apocalyptic theme.
Got you. Okay, that's cool. And so with that project that went south,
yes,
were you the head writer for whoever that creator's vision was?
Yeah, he had one other writer that was doing a side project, but I was creating the main focus. The character, our titular character right now, Omen, was one of the characters I was working on there. And I'll let you in on a little something about myself. Right. I named my comic book label Omen Comics to spite the dude for not paying me.
I gotta love some good shade being thrown. That's a good one. So okay, cool beans. Hey, I like that. I like the fact that you took a more or less failed experience and turned it into strength and power. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. I like
making a little lemonade, man.
Yeah. Hey. Throw a little lemonade in that wound. I'm with it. All right. Yeah. That's cool. So okay. So you start Omen Comics. So when did you decide to actually start? Like what year more or less did you decide to start Omen Comics in that?
2018.
Okay. You started in 2018. Okay. And so that actually makes a perfect segue. Let's talk a little bit about what you got cooking up here. Let's talk about Dragon Girl Albino Warrior. Was it as a Dragon Girl / Albino Warrior? Like how are we saying that?
I just say it Dragon Girl Albino Warrior.
Okay.
But it's, I suppose the slash is meant to be like an and or something along those lines,
Okay. All right. No, because everybody does a little bit differently. So
for sure.
I was wanting to be like, hey, I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right, but let me just make sure. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So take us in before you don't have to spoil a whole lot here. Right. What's the premise that we're doing here?
Okay, you got an ancient Chinese prophecy about the return of one of the old gods, one of the great dragon lords. And that prophecy is going to bring together two very unlikely people. It's kind of a East meets West situation in that you have a warrior monk from a temple in rural China, and you also have a 16-year-old Irish girl from the city here in California.
Sweet.
And she has a terminal case of muscular dystrophy that her parents are desperate to find a cure for. That kind of surmises the first issue there that you're going to see, and gives you a little bit of light into what the series is going to talk about. This has got some kaiju elements in it. It's got mythology and some science.
Oh, I like kaiju.
Yeah.
Everybody loves kaiju. That's great. I mean, that's really good. I mean, I instantly off the top, I'm pretty intrigued. I've been around the industry forever and a day. I've never heard of any protagonist that has muscular dystrophy. I've never heard that before. That's different. That's different. We got all types of other ailments, throughout the years, deafness, blindness, whatever, wheelchair. But muscular dystrophy. So now I'm curious. So how does that factor into her character?
Without spoiling a whole lot.
Without not getting too much.
I could tell you that her parents are desperate to find a cure.
Okay.
They're willing to do some things that maybe might be taking some chances.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm not gonna push. I'm not gonna push the
envelope. All right.
I'm not gonna push the envelope. But that's cool, man. I mean, but off the jump, that premise alone is very unique. That's cool. I really like that. And what I like about it is the type of elements that you're trying to combine. Like you said, it's Eastern and Western. Because West has copied East over the years, and in some cases, when it comes to lore, mythology, characters, monster ripoffs, it's happened several times. But to see that you're trying to combine the best of both worlds, I like that.
One of the major focuses of the series, which is totally different for me, by the way, as I tend to be a rather gory, violent horror writer. Mm-hmm. So the Dragon Girl Albino Warrior is what you know who Galadriel is from Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes.
All right. She described when she was given the Star of Elendil to Frodo. She said it would be a light in dark places, and that is how I would describe Dragon Girl Albino Warrior. It is a light in the dark places of the Omen verse.
All right. Okay. And now you done threw a little hook in there for me. Omen verse. So is this before I even get to that question, how long is this run for Dragon Girl Albino Warrior? How long is this run how many issues are you?
I have 10 issues planned right now, and there's also when we get to talking about the Omenverse, there's a whole bunch of titles involved here, and there's this huge event that we have planned for the end called Tetrad Omega.
Okay. Oh, I like that. So a 10 issue run. I think that's nice. I think that's a good one for this arc. I think that'll be pretty cool. I mean, that sounds like, because usually everybody gives me a different number. Coming through when it comes to arc that isn't a full-on volume. Like me, I'm a volume guy. Like me, I'm an episodic writer. So like all mines are kind of like episode 1 of 1, episode 1-2, episode 1-3, and that's like everything is like it can be a contained story, but it works better when it's all one after the other, because like you'll have callbacks. Like, oh wait, hey, I remember that from that's kind of like my style. But that's cool. I think that's really awesome. That's really good. So, Omenverse, talk to me. What are we doing with all this? Are we talking like, hey, like Dragon Girl is going to be one arc, and then we have something else is another arc, and they all coming together? Like, so how's it working?
Well, there's going to be 6 titles all together in the Omenverse, and it's all an interconnected universe. Right now, we got Omen and Gallowsman, White Druid and Michael Nero, and Guardians of Aleum out, and Dragon Girl Albino Warrior is going to be the 5th title. And it's kind of like what you're talking about, where you can read them individually and like them, but this is an interconnected universe, and we're releasing them in this order because, well, it works better to read it in that order.
You know something? That makes a lot of sense. So, okay. So Dragon Girl's kind of like in the middle of your timeline, as it were. So and you said it's number 5 of 10.
This is the 5th. No. I'm releasing issue number 1 of Dragon Girl Albino Warrior, but this is the 5th title in the Omenverse.
Got it.
Okay,
got it. So for the sake of simplicity, Dragon Girl's the middle of your Omenverse story, kind of, like in that way, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arcs as far as that goes.
Well, each of the 6 titles are going to have somewhere between 10 and 12 issues before we get to that major event.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
right.
Cool. That's hey, I like that. That's unique. So, Michael, there's no way that you're soloing all these.
Oh, nowhere.
There's no way. I know you got yourself a team.
Yeah. Actually, I have somebody else that writes with me, Steve Sellers. I actually met him when I told you about the Chico Comics page, right? Well, Steve Sellers used to review comics for me on there, and when I decided I wanted to make comics, I hit him up. I was like, actually, he writes White Druid, Michael Nero, and Guardians of Aleum. And I created the characters. Like in the case of White Druid and Michael Nero, I couldn't get it. Have you ever made a character that you just couldn't get to work right?
Yep.
That was the case with White Druid and Michael Nero. I had this great idea. I had a story going, but every time I ended up doing it, I just wasn't happy with it. And I said, "Hey, Steve, can you help me out with this?" And he picked it up and he took off with it. He improved what I had in mind, and we worked together on stories and stuff like that. But we've got a co-creator involved in that too. Our artist from Nigeria. We list him as the co-creator on all of our comics because, he has come to define the look of our universe, and he also he created the visual elements on these characters and in the city and all that. So we don't want any Bill Finger kind of situations going on here. So we're like, you know what, co-creator, ka-chang.
Smart.
Right. We also got a letterer, Guido Martinez, lives down in Argentina. Oh, my artist, Tosin Awasiga.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a whole crew.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But it's good. It's good to work that way. Like me, I have an army of 2. So I wish I was smart as you to spread the butt out. But me, I'm the writer, director, producer, editor of everything, and I have one of the most brilliant artists in the game, Federico Corsini. He's great, nice. Great artist. Also, he's started developing himself as a letterer with my project years ago.
Wow, how's that working?
It's come along really, really well. We've been working together for years now. It's
wow,
like,
yeah, right on.
Because he was like, when he started, he's always been an artist. He's like, hey, I want to work on my lettering. I want to be a bubbler. And he asked me, he said, hey, can I do the lettering? I was like, yes, sir. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. But yeah, he's fantastic. And over the years, his craft has gotten even better over the years. Like he's just the best. I couldn't ask for a better dude. He's amazing. He's amazing. So, Mike, tell me, how are we gonna get our hands on Dragon Girl? What you got cooking up for us?
Well, I got a Kickstarter coming August 15th. And I tell you, the reason I'm waiting so long to do this, I already got the inks back, by the way.
Okay.
But what I want to do is I want to get all of the art done, and I want the lettering to be finished before the campaign is even done. I don't want y'all waiting 16 years for some book like well, we'll say some folks.
Oh, there be some.
Yeah. So we want to get that done. Plus, we got a little. We're gonna have our some of our artwork animated and stuff. We're gonna make a pretty sweet professional Kickstarter video. It's gonna be the first time we're doing that. We're investing a little into that because we want something. We want to look really nice, really professional, right?
I like
that.
But
you'll be able to get digital copies the following month in September, and that'll hold you over for the 3 or 4 months it's going to take after that to get the printed copies to you.
That's a really good move. That's actually one of the type of strategies I've used in the past as well. I am pro digital.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Like as much as granted, print is my heart. Print's always been my heart. But like you said, there's a demand. Like, hey, Kickstarter ended yesterday. I want to know something,
Right.
And like, hey, like here's the digital. Hold you over for a little while before print gets there. So that's
right.
smart.
And we're talking a high quality digital too. We're not you're gonna very nice images, clear graphics, all that kind of stuff. It's not like a one of them like 72 DPI kind of things. That's not going on.
I hate those things too, man. Because I'll be sitting, I'm like, yo, I could have did this. I'm like, come on, talk to me, talk to me. But but that's really smart. I think that's a brilliant plan. I think that's going to work out really well. And I think your project, man, I must say, you got me intrigued. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Nice.
It sounds unique. I can't wait to see how this thing unfolds. That's pretty dope. I'm a hard man to impress, Mike. I'm a hard man to impress, but this is pretty good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You got me right in the feels there.
But yeah, man, this is really good. So everybody, check out Mike's Kickstarter. I'm gonna leave that in the description section below. I'm also gonna leave all his social media, all that great stuff. I'm gonna leave that in the description section below as well. Follow this man. Obviously, he has passion for his work. His passion for his projects, all the stuff. He's burning the candle on both ends, which is my favorite thing to do in the world. Support this man. He's doing really, really great work. Yeah, great, absolutely great work. Mike, is there anything else you'd like to plug or anything else you'd like to say? Anything?
I would. Just a couple things real quick. Sure. We also have an imprint label called Revelation Comics, and we got three titles on there, including the Viking horror that I just wrote, Seder. That's on there. All of our comics, both Revelation Comics and Omen Comics, are on Global Comics. You can check them out there. And also, we have our own podcast where we bring on creators. We talk about all kinds of geek stuff and pop culture. Anyway, that's Omen Revelations Podcast, based on an amalgamation of Omen Comics and Revelation Comics.
Mike, you should have led with that, man. You should have led with that. Yeah. Like, look, if you ever need a guest, you already know who you can holler at.
All right. I'll keep that in mind, man.
Anytime. I love just getting on there talking geek nonsense. There's nothing better than that on planet Earth.
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, man. So everybody, let's give a big thanks again to Mike Nunnele.
Nunley.
Come on, Daniel. I knew it.
Very close.
Nunley. I said it right the first time. Nunley. Mike Nunnele. Yep. I hate messing names up. Mike Nunnele.
That's totally cool, man.
I want to thank you so very much for taking the time to come on, share this great work with us. I can't wait to see what else you guys come up with.
Oh, man, thank you. I really appreciate you having me on, man. It was fun.
The pleasure is all mine. Anybody, follow my boy Mike. As I said before, all his social media will be in the description section below. And who am I? You already know who I am. I'm Dre, the Brute Dance. Follow me on all my dope social media platforms at TheBrute00. I'm going to put them right on my face. Not there yet, But they will be at the Brute00 on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and if I feel like being silly, on TikTok. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the vid. This has been the Indie Corner. You all have been awesome, and I'll catch you all next time.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to support my channel, check out spinwiz.com or download the Spinwiz app and check out my comic series, Trouble. It was written with a lot of love, and it was definitely my favorite comic series to write. I've also written it in English and in Spanish, so whatever floats your boat, I got it for you. Thanks again, and check it out.